The ultimate safe asset. The irresistible charm and symbolism of gold bars. As uncertainty in the global economy continues to grow recently, the price of gold has been rising at an unprecedented and staggering rate. The upward trend is so steep that it almost induces a sense of vertigo even for seasoned market observers. While it is realistically very difficult for the general public to own large quantities of gold, there is a distinct and growing movement among the wealthy around the world to hoard massive amounts of gold bars. This is because gold bars possess an incredibly strong nature as the ultimate safe haven asset, one that never loses its intrinsic value regardless of any severe economic crisis or sharp depreciation of fiat currencies, the universal currency that transcends national borders and crises. Just as the US dollar, the key currency in international trade, is universally accepted and recognized for its value anywhere in the world, gold bars are also an absolute commodity whose value is equally acknowledged transcending nations and borders. No matter what extreme economic danger or geopolitical crisis strikes, a gold bar acts as the ultimate financial bastion that can unconditionally be converted into cash and utilized. Even in the worst-case scenario where a nation's economy collapses and its paper money or currency becomes nothing more than useless pieces of paper, the unchanging, gleaming gold will absolutely survive without losing its worth. For this reason, the wealthy often stack gold bars in their safes to prepare for unexpected emergencies. Disney Plus's new crime noir masterpiece, Goldland. Because it fundamentally stimulates primal human greed and serves as the absolute standard of wealth, the gold bar frequently appears in numerous films and television dramas as a highly symbolic entity representing power and desire. Among them, in the crime action and noir genres that depict the raw, unmasked nature of humans endlessly chasing and being chased, it is often utilized as the most crucial and fatal material that triggers the entire conflict. The newly released original series, Goldland, on the global OTT platform Disney Plus, also heavily portrays the bloody, desperate desires of humans unfolding around this mesmerizing mass of gold that you simply cannot take your eyes off. An astronomical temptation. The true meaning of the title. From the very title Goldland, viewers can clearly understand that the material gold is the most important and core medium penetrating the entire narrative of this drama. It literally implies a land containing gold, or a land of gold, and the development of the plot flows in a direction that perfectly corresponds to its name. Even if an ordinary person owned just a single gold bar in their lifetime, they would naturally walk with their shoulders held high in confidence. However, in the setting of this drama, the transaction price of just one gold bar is depicted as a staggeringly high item worth approximately 400 million won, strongly stimulating the imaginations and desires of the viewers. A macabre smuggling operation, 150 billion won in a coffin. The drama's main conflict begins with a bizarre, ingenious, and chilling smuggling method that no one would easily suspect. A massive amount of gold bars is secretly smuggled into the country, hidden alongside a corpse inside a bleak coffin, meant to transport the body of a person who died overseas. In reality, the total scale of the gold bars hidden inside this single coffin amounted to an astronomical figure of 150 billion won. Would there realistically be any moral person who, after witnessing a mountainous pile of golden treasure worth 150 billion won right before their eyes, would feel absolutely no greed? In the real world, it is highly likely that almost no one could perfectly resist such a colossal and life-changing temptation. The untraceable nature of gold. A catalyst for a bloody chase. Standard cash banknotes have unique serial numbers clearly printed on them, meaning that if investigative authorities set their minds to it, they can track the flow of the money and trace its source and route of movement to a certain extent. However, unlike paper money, it is extremely difficult to tag gold bars with unique identifying serial numbers. Once a gold bar falls into someone's hands and is hidden away somewhere, there is virtually no practical way to legally and clearly prove who its original owner was. In other words, the very first person who gets their hands on and holds on to the massive 150 billion won stash of gold can become its perfect true owner. It is precisely at this dizzying and dangerous juncture that the bloody pursuit in Goldland officially raises its curtain. A dangerous conspiracy customs officer and airline co-pilot, actress Park Bo-young, who has generally received immense love from the public for her lovely and bright image, attempts a radical acting transformation in this project by taking on the role of Kim Hee-joo, a a customs officer working at the airport who appears ordinary but hides unfathomable inner thoughts. In the drama, Kim Hee-joo is secretly maintaining a romantic relationship with Lee Do-kyung, played by Lee Hyun-wook, who works as an airline co-pilot away from the prying eyes of others. Lee Do-kyung, who seems to have an elite and respectable job, is actually deeply addicted to illegal gambling behind the scenes, having amassed an overwhelming amount of debt and finding himself in a desperate situation pushed to the edge of a cliff. To pay off his life-threatening debt all at once, he agrees to participate in an extreme and highly dangerous crime, smuggling a massive quantity of drugs into the country using a coffin containing a corpse from Southeast Asia. The moment of betrayal. From drugs to blinding gold. The success or failure of this perilous smuggling operation rested entirely on his lover, the airport customs officer Kim Hee-joo. Lee Do-kyung's plan was simple. When Kim Hee-joo inspected the coffin in question, she just needed to pretend not to notice anything, turn a blind eye, and let it pass safely through the security checkpoint. Initially, the syndicate members, including Lee Do-kyung, firmly believed that the items hidden inside the coffin were high-priced illegal drugs. However, the moment Kim Hee-joo secretly opened the coffin to verify its contents for the inspection, she discovered that instead of drugs, it was packed with a blindingly brilliant stash of gold bars worth 150 billion won. Realizing this monumental fact all by herself, something even Lee Do-kyung, who executed the operation, did not know, Kim Hee-joo is instantly captivated by momentary greed and makes the bold decision to secretly intercept and hide the gold for herself. A tangled web of pursuers, witnesses, and desperate motives. Park Ho-chul, played by Lee Kwang-soo, a ruthless executive of the syndicate who belatedly realizes the goods are missing and mistakenly believes Lee Do-kyung betrayed them and stole the stash, begins a persistent and violent pursuit to catch him. However, the real goods had already been perfectly siphoned off by the customs officer Kim Hee-joo. Yet at the very thrilling moment when Kim Hee-joo was secretly removing the gold bars from the coffin, a mysterious character named Woo-gi, played by Kim Sung-cheol, coincidentally witnesses her face. At first, Woo-gi also thought the smuggled goods were simple drugs, but as he gradually grasps the situation, he realizes they are gold bars of immense value and jumps straight into the center of the incident. Adding to this, an ironic and sorrowful subplot is introduced. Kim Hee-joo's dearly beloved aunt, Yo Seon-ok, played by Moon Jong-hee, is terminally ill with late-stage cancer, adding a deeply multidimensional and desperate motivation to the character's actions. A 10-episode masterpiece directed by action veteran Kim Sung-hoon. From this point forward, the drama rapidly portrays a breathtaking, breathless chase involving the ruthless syndicate desperately trying to find their hidden 150 billion won in gold, Kim Hee-joo attempting to hide it to the very end and make it her own, and the witness Woo-gi, who shares her secret and strangely seems to become her reluctant ally. The production maintains a very heavy and dark tone overall, fully demonstrating the gritty charm of an authentic crime action noir genre, where humans' endless greed and betrayal run rampant. Goldland, which is tightly planned as a 10-episode series, will be released sequentially to viewers worldwide every Wednesday through the Disney Plus platform. In particular, since it is directed by Kim Sung-hoon, who successfully helmed the hit movies Confidential Assignment and Rampant. Both known for their spectacular action and thrilling suspense, there are massive expectations for whether his outstanding action directing skills that overwhelm the silver screen will shine just as brilliantly on television.